So, chapter one, I'll start off in my childhood. When I was 2 years old, I was in a house fire. If you ever seen me with like shorts or a skirt that just kind of graced my knees or anything like that, you'll see that I have two burn marks on the back of my leg. And most people, the first time they see me, they'll be like, "Oh, what happened to you?" It was my oldest brother, which most of you know. I had two sisters, and then there was me, the baby. And I have those burn marks as residue, but my two sisters, they did not make it. I was challenged to deal with grief at a very young age. And because my personality wasn't all the way developed, I didn't realize until later in life there were some behaviors that attached itself to me that people just assume were a part of who I am, but they were really a product of grief. And I'll just talk about one is I was easily able to detach myself from people. And because being so young, I know my mother used to tell me stories about how I would follow my sisters around like I was literally their shadow. And even after the fire, how I hated to be without my mother. I remember my first day of kindergarten. I cried the whole day because I did not want my mother to leave me. But that was a trauma response to, you know, that grief. The last time my mother left me, I ended up in this traumatic situation and woke up in hospital and saw her in hospital. So I was terrified of being without her. But through that process, I was forced to let my mother go, like to let her go to work, to let her go live her life, to stay with other relatives. And when I say force, you know, black families, I got whoopings, got yelled at when I really just needed therapy. And so because I was taught that forced detachment at a young age, no matter how much my heart yearned for my mother or desired to be in her presence, um, I was disciplined into detaching myself from her and just letting the pain sit and process. So most of my life, I grew up easily detaching myself from people, even if it was people I love, um, whether it be family, friends, or romantic relationships. If I needed to detach myself from you or you did something to upset me, like anybody was disposable. And it took when I was like 24, 25, I believe 25, I went to therapy and we really got to the root of that thing and dug into that. So that's chapter one. At an early age, the way I was forced to cope with grief was detachment, and it affected me my entire life.